future!
Despite its flaws and the horrendous job that Dims and Bandai Namco have done in trying to deter cheaters, at least on the PC front, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 still manages to grab people's attention and, flaws be damned, it's still a pretty good game all around. You get to create your own character and jump into various time periods of the Dragon Ball series, correcting anomalies and building the repertoire of skills in the process. It can still be fun even to this day, even if the PvP scene is on and off toxic on whatever platform you choose to play on. On the subject of skills, many of them look wonderful, are stupid strong, or offer an interesting style of play that requires working around their shortcomings, and I'm here to list 10 of my personal favorite ultimate attacks in the game. These are the coup de grace, the big kahunas, the sequel with the fishes, yada yada yada. How I'm choosing my ultimates here will be based on a few things: how they look visually, how much damage they deal, and or just how freaking awesome they are to have in the game. Keep in mind there's still another DLC pack that's yet to come out with other attacks to look at, so this list may change down the line. With that in mind, let's get started. Given that they are two of the most basic ultimates in the game, it only makes sense that I place them so low. However, the reason I like both of them equally is because of how simple they are. They're quick to fire, and while their damage output is nothing to write home about, they're useful in just about any situation. Full Power Energy Wave is fired out of one hand, which is already kind of neat, and it comes out rather quickly and doesn't leave you too open after firing. The Full Power Energy Blast Volley is most useful after a knockback attack, as it will home in on your opponent as they're flying away, making it very useful as a follow-up. It's nice to have these to start out with, but we're only just beginning. At least Yamcha gets some recognition. Spirit Ball is actually pretty cool in that it's essentially a game of dodgeball, only with energy. Yamcha created this attack before the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, and despite its simple looks, it can do some pretty decent damage. The only thing is, it's kind of unreliable. Sometimes you get the full 18 hits in, but other times the opponent will completely drop out of the attack. Back in Xenoverse 1, it was able to make full contact more reliably. Now, however, it's unfortunately kind of a mess. Still looks pretty cool, though.
Here I go!
This is the signature ultimate attack of Kaba, one of the Saiyan representatives of Universe 6 in Dragon Ball Super. Initially, he's courteous and even rather pacifistic in terms of his attitude, but once Vegeta brings out the Super Saiyan in him, he shifts from polite to savage, and this attack shows it. A furious barrage of blows, followed up by 2 kicks to send the opponent into the sky. After that, the user appears behind the victim and sledgehammers them into the ground, following up with a barrage of ki blasts to finish. It's a simple attack and there aren't very many people who use it, but I find it to be pretty cool. It's just an attack that screams rage. I initially didn't really like this attack, it just seems too boring. However, after testing it out myself, I came to find that it had the potential for a stupid amount of damage. Dead End Rain works similarly to this attack, but Dead End Bullet is better in my opinion because of the fact that the blasts are concentrated to a single point, your enemy. This is best used after a light stamina break followed by either a normal knockdown combo or a fully charged sledgehammer. Once they're on the ground, they're easy pickings for this ultimate. The user flies higher into the air and aims both of their hands downward. They then unleash a barrage of ki blasts onto their opponent. This, in combination with Dead End Rain, was used by the future counterparts of numbers 17 and 18 to obliterate Gohan. Only reason it's not higher is because of just how normal it looks. Of course the signature attack of Goku would make it onto this list. It's the freaking Kamehameha! Like the Full Power Energy Wave, it's useful in just about any situation, but it does even more damage. Plus, if you have the Super Soul, I ain't losing, here's my full power, or really just any Super Soul that increases the damage of ki-based attacks, the damage of this attack can be pretty grand. It looks rather nice too, but I can't say it's top 5 material myself. It's basically a souped up Full Power Energy Wave, only blue. That's the only reason that it's number 6. Yes, Jiren's ludicrously powerful ultimate. For those who don't know, Jiren is the main muscle behind Universe 11. He's cold, unfeeling, and relies purely on his own power. He also really loves to meditate, for some reason, which, if you're like me and don't spec your character for max ki, you're gonna need to do. This attack seems to have been made with the skill meditation in mind, and for good reason. It requires a whopping 10 bars of ki to use. However, upon use, the user flies backwards and then right back into the enemy with a solid punch. Afterwards, the user follows up with a savage flurry of blows, ending in a powerful punch that sends the helpless victim flying back. The damage from this attack is insane and is only made better with Super Souls and transformations that boost strike ultimates. That 10 ki requirement, though, is what keeps it from being higher.
Go! Dragon Fist!
Up next is another tie between one of the signature attacks of the beloved Potara warrior Vegito and the move that finished off Hirudegarn in Ice Shenron, the Dragon Fist. Firstly, the Spirit Sword. First used by Vegito on Super Buu back in Dragon Ball Z, this attack has pretty much become synonymous with the character himself. A quick stab with a massive blade of energy to lock the opponent in place, followed by a massive spin slash that deals 2 quick, powerful blows. Despite the fact that it's a Keyblade, this is a strike ultimate, meaning, just like with any other, putting points into strike damage and using Super Souls and transformations that boost strike attacks will benefit this attack the most. Next is the Dragon Fist. Best used right after a light stamina break, this attack consists of 2 very simple strikes. One that knocks the enemy back, and then the Dragon Fist itself. Once unleashed, the dragon flies towards the enemy, piercing through them and leaving them nothing but a lump on the ground. Above them stands you, looking incredibly badass after just decimating them. It was hard to choose one over the other, so I put both of them on the same plane. The last 3, however, stand above all in my opinion. No more ties.
Here I go!
In at number 3 is the ultimate attack of Ultra Instinct Goku, Godly Display. After closing the distance to the target, a short flurry of blows send the enemy away, with the user throwing a massive silver sphere of divine energy at the opponent, dealing massive damage. The amount of damage dealt by the sphere depends on how much ki is left upon usage of the skill. It initially costs 5 ki bars, and any remaining bars are used up when the sphere is launched. If the first hit in the combo doesn't make contact, the user will continue to use up 1 bar of ki to warp to the current location of the target until either contact is made or their ki is depleted. While the damage varies, this attack just screams awesome. Each hit feels powerful, and it is an absolute joy to watch the silver ki sphere explode onto the enemy. Best part, the sphere is launched with 1 hand. It's awesome. First appearing way back in Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 as Gogeta's signature, it later became Vegito's attack, and honestly, it would work for both fighters. In terms of the anime, this attack first debuted during the battle between the half-corrupted merch Zamasu and Vegito Blue in Dragon Ball Super, marking one of the few times a video game-only technique had become a canon attack. Combining Goku's Super Kamehameha and Vegeta's Final Flash, what we have here is a 5 ki bar ultimate capable of dealing serious damage. The greatest part about this attack is not so much that it does a lot of damage, but more so the fact that it even exists within Xenoverse 2 in the first place. One of the most notable appearances of this attack, from what I can tell, was all the way back in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, where it appeared as Super Vegito's ultimate attack. The best part is because it's the Kamehameha move, it can benefit from the I ain't losing, here's my full power Super Soul. Really, this is just such an amazing move, but there's one more that I think deserves the number 1 spot even more. Before I get to that though, here are some honorable mentions. As surprising as this choice may be to some, hear me out. I didn't get to watch much of GT. In fact, I was able to hardly watch any of it at all. However, one of the techniques shown in GT and subsequently in the video games that I've always liked was the signature attack of Super Baby 2, the Revenge Death Ball. In terms of when I first got to use this attack, it was in Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. It looked amazing there, and it looks amazing here. This is technically a 3 keybar ultimate that can be used immediately with those bars, but the true force of this attack comes when you charge the attack. With that in mind, it can technically be used with anywhere from 3 keybars to 13 keybars. The damage of this attack depends on how many bars are used upon actually launching it, and each bar of ki contributes to the damage numbers. I prefer to use this when I already have full ki, as the 3 missing bars charge rather quickly. Once charged, all the key bars are used up and the attack is flung at the enemy, dealing enormous damage. Not only that, but I just love how it looks. When fired with minimal ki, it's small and doesn't seem impressive, but when fully charged, it's absolutely massive and just dark. I love it. It's like a negative spirit bomb, only it fires much faster and deals a crap ton of damage. Who knew that someone so bad could have an attack that was so good? And there are my choices for the best ultimates in Xenoverse 2. Did any of your favorites make it here? Do you have any choices of your own you'd like to share? If so, leave them in the comments below. I might make a video of my least favorite ultimates at some point, but that might be hard to choose. With that in mind, this is Shiverwar signing off. Take care guys, and I will see you in the next episode, or video, or whatever I do. Hey, how goes it? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider